These cheeks are full of knowledge that I've been eating all weekend so that I could give you for a math class. So let's get ready today for math. So during this week and moving forward, our math lessons are going to be a little different. I know that usually we would have a definition box where we would put our words that we'll be learning. Not only are we going to have our definition box daily, but all of our definition words are now going to be pushed over to a word wall. So make sure you're looking out for the word wall. This week as well, we're going to have an I can statement for the week and also an I can statement daily. So make sure that you're looking out for the weekly I can statement and for the daily I can statement. So let's get ready. I want you guys to repeat with me our I can statement. For this week, we are going to be focusing in on word problems using cubes. So repeat after me. I can use cubes to help solve word problems. During this whole entire week, we'll be focusing in on word problems, and we'll be utilizing our cubes that we learned last week to help us solve our word problems this week. We also are going to be focusing in on solving two whole numbers that will give us a sum in our word problem. Now, today's I can statement for Monday is I can use pictures to help solve a word problem. As I mentioned before, this week we are going to have two I can statements. One I can statement is going to be the same for the whole week, and the other I can statement will change daily. Our weekly I can statement is, repeat after me, I can use cubes to help solve word problems. And our day, today Monday, our I can statement for the day is I can draw pictures to help solve word problems. Awesome. Now let's say our I can statement in a deep voice. I can draw pictures to help solve word problems. So on our board, we have our definition box, and we're going to be going over our words that we will be learning today. As mentioned before, the definition box words are going to be pushed over to our math word wall, and as we continue to teach during the week, we can reference our word wall to help us remind or remember what our definition words mean. That way, as we continue to work, we can continue to expand, say with me, expand or grow our math vocabulary. And vocabulary is a fancy word for math words. So let's start off with our definition box today. Some of these words we have learned already, so you guys should be professionals at defining them. Let's start off. Our first word is word problem. Our next word that we're going to be defining today is addition. We also have the word strategy. And last, our word is picture. I want you to take a moment and think. How would you define these four words in your own words? So we will start off with an easy one. Word problem. We learned the definition of word problem last week. So what do you think word problem is? You thought about it. Now let's define it together. Last week we said that a word problem is a set of words and numbers that give a math sentence. That's what we said our word problems mean. What is addition? Now let's think. We know that in addition, the sign that we use is, yes, a plus sign. We also know that in addition, the number always gets greater. Awesome job. Now, how would I define addition? Do we think that the formula of addition will help me define what addition is? So what is the formula, or what does addition mean? Something plus something else equals the... Oh, I heard it. Let me hear it again. Yes, addition is parts plus part equals the whole. So what we do is when we put two numbers or two parts together, all we did was take two parts and put them together. That's what addition is. So what would strategy be? What is strategy? Strategy can be the way we solve a problem. So strategy is the way to solve a problem. And last, we have pictures. And what is pictures? Yes, pictures can be drawings. What do we do with pictures? Are they invisible or can we see them? Yes, we can see them. And in math, if we're talking about birds, does Mr. Nieves want you drawing birds? No. If we're talking about buildings, does Mr. Nieves want you drawing buildings? No. Our pictures in math are usually what we call counters or circles. So a picture can be a drawing that represents numbers. A drawing that represents numbers. A drawing that represents numbers. So we've defined our four words for today so that we can jump into our math lesson and already know how we're going to get this done. So we now have our definition words for today on our math word wall. Our word problem today is the following. Sam went to the store and bought 7 paper rolls. Jim went and bought 4 more. How many paper rolls do Sam and Jim have all together? So let's take a moment and think back. Our addition word, the definition we used, was two parts that come together to make a whole. Part plus part equals whole. Does it sound like we have two parts in this math problem? Okay. What strategy are we using today to solve this? We already know that, yes, we're going to solve cubes. That is one of our strategies, or the definition, one of the ways that we're solving the problem. So this week we'll be using cubes. And the strategy that we're focusing in on today is drawing a picture. And we said in our definition that a picture represents the numbers. Well, let's start off first with our first strategy. So our first strategy is cubes. C stands for, yes, circle the numbers. So I'm going to look. Sam went to the store and bought 7. Is 7 a number? I will circle 7. 7 paper rolls. Jim went and bought 4 more. Do we have another number? Yes, 4. How many paper rolls do Sam and Jim have all together? So we finished our C. Our C is circle the key numbers. Now we have our U. U stands for underline the question. We know a question has to end with what kind of punctuation mark? Yes, a question mark. So I'm going to look here and try to find a question mark. I found a question. Let's look at the beginning of this question to see if it starts with a question word. Who, what, when, how. How many paper rolls do Sam and Jim have all together? Is that asking something? It is asking something. So I'll underline that. How many paper rolls do Sam and Jim have all together? I finished my U. B stands for great. Box in math words. So let's think about which math words do we hear. Sam went to the store and bought 7 paper rolls. Any math words there? No. Jim went and bought 4 more. Do we hear a math word there? Where is it? Jim? No. Bought? No. More. Okay. More is a math word. How many paper rolls do Sam and Jim have all together? You heard another math word? Yes, all together is a math word. More and all together let me know that I am going to use addition or subtraction. Yes, addition. So I did my B, and boxing into math words lets me know that I'm going to be adding. So I like to put a little plus sign just to remind me that the operation or the strategy that we're using is adding. And then the next thing I need to do is evaluate. And when I evaluate, I think about what am I going to use to solve? And we just said that we're going to use addition. And now I'm at my S, which is solve. How am I solving this problem today? What strategy am I using? We used cubes already. That was strategy 1. What is my second strategy? Yes, drawing a picture. We said that pictures, in our definition, are drawings that represent numbers. What 2 numbers do I have here? My first number is the number 7. Now, am I going to draw paper rolls? No. Mr. Nieves said at the beginning that when we draw pictures in math, to make it simple, we draw counters. So how many counters am I going to draw? Yes, 7 counters. Draw them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We said that we are going to add, so I'll put a plus sign here. And what is my second number? Yes, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I'm going to do is put my part plus my other part to give me my whole. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Awesome. So I can say that 7 plus 4 equals 11. So my question is asking how many paper rows do Sam and Jim have altogether? Well, I know that Sam and Jim have, yes, 11 paper rows altogether. So I'll write paper rows here. That way I know I'm not talking about 11 chicken wings. I have 11 paper rows. Today, when you go back to your work, you are going to focus on drawing a picture. Does Mr. Nieves just want to see that you know what 7 plus 4 is? Is this what Mr. Nieves wants to see today? 7 plus 4 equals 11? Nope. Because our strategy that we're using today is drawing a picture. So today we're going to use pictures to represent our numbers to get us our answer. When you go back to your work today, make sure that you are drawing counters to represent your number and find the answer. Great job today.